Hello again to all my viewers. Today, we will be looking at a horror movie from 1985 titled A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Be warned, there are spoilers ahead, so watch out and take care. Today's film begins as our main character, Jesse, sits on the school bus, awaiting his stop. The bus driver begins driving like a maniac as two girls shout at him about missing their stop. As the bus continues off-road, they come to a screeching stop and the ground crumbles away beneath the bus. In a matter of seconds, we see the bus is just barely teetering on two skinny pillars high above a hellscape. Jesse and the girls cower at the back of the bus, and we see Freddy stand up from the driver's seat, slowly walking towards them as he rakes his razor glove along the ceiling. We cut to Jesse, who awakens screaming in his bed, drenched in sweat. It seems like Freddy has found a new victim who is able to feed him his favorite meal. Fear. Jesse joins the rest of his family in their kitchen for breakfast, and his father tells him to finish unpacking his room after school. Jesse's girlfriend, Lisa, is at the door as he is leaving, and they both hop into his POS car to head to school. At school, the boys are playing baseball as the girls watch them. Jesse is distracted, trying to look good for his girlfriend, but he ends up looking like a bozo when a ball hits him in the face. Jesse and his friend, Grady, let the competition get to them, and they end up getting into a scuffle. As the two are changing in the locker room, Grady is surprised to hear about the house Jesse's family moved into. He tells Jesse about the horrors that happened to the last family who lived in the house. It turns out, Jesse is living in the same house where Nancy first battled Freddy in the first Elm Street film, recapped by 7cc Movie on YouTube. Later that night, Jesse is tossing and turning in his bed, as usual. He goes downstairs for a drink and sees a figure moving outside. When he walks around the back of his home, he sees light emanating from his basement window, and as he takes a peek, we see Freddy reaching into the flames of the boiler to retrieve his razor glove. Jesse quickly makes his way back inside, and when he opens the door leading down to the basement, he sees Freddy's shadow heading towards the door. He starts to run away, but he bumps right into Freddy as he calls out for his dad. "Daddy can't help you now," Freddy exclaims. He tells Jesse that he needs him for some special work they have to do. Jesse wakes up screaming again, unsure what to think about these nightmares he's been having. In our next scene, Lisa is looking like a snack while she is swimming in her pool. She receives a phone call from Jesse, inviting her over to his house. His father tells him to finish cleaning his room, so he puts on music while cleaning and begins dancing in a very odd manner. Embarrassingly, Lisa opens his bedroom door, and she may be questioning which team Jesse plays for after witnessing those moves. Lisa finds an old diary as they are cleaning, and we find out that this is Nancy's old diary. Jesse gets very uneasy as Lisa reads an excerpt from the diary about Freddy. That night, Jesse is once again drenched in sweat when he wakes up in his bed. He notices some objects around his room actually melting from the sweltering heat. He exits his room and heads down to the basement again, and as he opens up the boiler, he retrieves Freddy's razor glove from it. Freddy then appears, telling Jesse to try the glove on. Jesse shakes his head, throwing the glove down. "Kill for me," Freddy says. Jesse turns to run and falls down. When he turns to look for Freddy, he has disappeared. However, the razor glove is sitting neatly on the ground, right beside him. The next day, Jesse tells Lisa about his nightmares and bouts of sleepwalking as they walk down the hallway at school. Lisa's friend, Carrie, joins them and talks about the upcoming party at Lisa's before their bell rings. After physical education, Grady and Jesse are talking mad shit about their coach in the locker room, unaware he is right behind them, so they are both treated to more exercising as punishment. When Jesse gets home, his family complains of the heat inside the house. Jesse notices their pet bird's cage moving, and when he opens it, he sees that one of the birds has killed the other. The killer bird then flies around their home, attacking them until suddenly, it just spontaneously combusts. You heard me right. Jesse's dad checks the gas lines in the house because he cannot wrap his mind around any logical meaning for a parakeet suddenly becoming a ball of fire. Ultimately, he lashes out at Jesse, accusing him of playing some sick trick on them. The next scene is obviously another dream sequence, as Jesse finds himself wandering through the streets in his pajamas while it is raining. He enters some kind of BDSM club and orders a beer at the bar. It's weird vibes all around when Jesse's PE teacher sees him in the bar and then brings him back to the school to run laps as punishment. He tells Jesse to hit the showers, and the equipment in his office suddenly starts going poltergeist on his leather-wearing ass. An unseen force drags him into the shower room and ties him to the pipes. Through the steam, we watch as Jesse seems to morph into Freddy, who then kills the PE teacher. The police show up at Jesse's house, where they explain to his parents that they found him wandering down the highway naked. His parents are stunned by this and now believe he's been smoking that dope. When Jesse shows up to school the following day, he is in a state of shock when he hears that the PE teacher was actually killed at the school last night. Jesse struggles with the thought that he may have actually killed him. Lisa tries to reassure Jesse that he isn't going crazy while they drive to an old, run-down power plant. Lisa shows Jesse the research she did on Fred Krueger. She says that this is where he worked. As they walk through the old building, she also explains Freddy's past and how he beat the charges against him for murdering all those children. In the next scene, we are at Lisa's party, which seems like a real snoozer. Lisa talks to Jesse, trying to get him to open up about the problems he is having. He explains to her that he is sure that he is going crazy and he doesn't want to hurt her or anyone else. Their hormones build up greatly, so they begin to start letting them out. Jesse can't believe it when he sees that his tongue has turned into a smelly-looking shit tongue as it licks his girlfriend. He quickly puts the smelly tongue back in his mouth and the hormones are scared right out of him. He flees to Grady's house. Wait. Hold up. He flees to Grady's house and asks him to watch over him in case Freddy takes over his body again. Jesse falls asleep for a moment but then screams for Grady, telling him it's happening again. Grady has the shit scared out of him as he watches Freddy burst his way out of Jesse's body. Freddy stabs Grady through the chest with his razor glove and then we see that it is Jesse standing there with a glove on as Freddy laughs at him from the bedroom mirror. Jesse hears 12 rolling up as their sirens wail outside, so he escapes out of Grady's window. He shows back up at Lisa's house, still covered in blood, and tells her about Freddy possessing him to kill Grady and the PE teacher. At the party out back, an ominous fog begins to rise from the pool as everything begins heating up and catching fire. All of the exits mysteriously lock on their own as Jesse feels himself turning into Freddy again. He goes after Lisa, and she pleads for him to fight for control over his body. Jesse seems to momentarily take control, and he forces Freddy to let go of Lisa. He disappears as he jumps through the back door. Silence falls over the party, and everyone relaxes for a moment. Suddenly, Freddy bursts up through the wooden deck. Chaos erupts as he begins killing the party-goers. "You are all my children now," he says, basking in their fear. Freddy then stares at Lisa, which seems to give Jesse enough power to make Freddy leave before he can kill anyone else. Lisa jumps into her car, driving back to the abandoned power plant where she knows Jesse will go. When she arrives, 2 demon dogs with human faces bark and snarl at her. She tries to keep her shit in as she slowly walks past the demon dogs, and they let her go. As she walks through the plant, she comes upon a weakened Freddy. She tells Jesse that Freddy is losing his grip and he needs to keep fighting. Her hormones are so strong for Jesse that she kisses Freddy, weakening his hold over Jesse even further. The fire then erupts all around the power plant. Freddy screams as he begins melting from the fire that surrounds him. Finally, it seems as if Freddy is dead as his body falls over while on fire. Just like that, the fire is extinguished, and Lisa can't believe it when she sees Freddy's charred remains moving again. She cries with happiness, however, when she sees that it is Jesse, and the two embrace. In the last scene of the film, Jesse seems to be doing much better. He says goodbye to his mother as he gets on the school bus with Lisa and Carrie. He nearly has another panic attack, but calms down after the 2 ladies comfort him. "It's all over, Jesse," Carrie says to him, but then, Freddy's hand comes bursting out of her chest while they all scream. We see the school bus driving off-road while Freddy laughs maniacally, and that is the end of the film as it fades to black. This film is probably the worst of all the Nightmare movies, but I will cover the rest of the Nightmare series in future videos. If there is a particular movie you'd like me to recap, please let me know in the comments. I'd also appreciate your likes and subscriptions as they help my channel to grow. This has been 7cc Movie. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.